What's up, everyone? Ronnie Cruz here with Path of the Network Marketer 365-day video challenge, where I bring you a fresh new video every day, chronicling my adventures as I learn how to leverage is the word I'm looking for, leverage social media to build my network marketing business so that I can in turn teach you how to do the same. I love pens that have the stylus. This one's a little broke, but so useful on days like today when I am doing video on my phone and I can just use this to press the record button. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's just a prop. It's a piece of security for me that I can use to wave around so it's not just flailing hands all the time. Today, or in this episode, I wanted to cover at least some of the things, well, the differences I've noticed thus far between the three social platforms, the three primary social platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So let's start with TikTok first. Well, I'll start with TikTok, Instagram, then Facebook. That's kind of the order of newness. In terms of my own personal use, and actually, I think, yeah, of the actual apps themselves. But TikTok, let's start with TikTok. I just started TikTok in like March, and yeah, it's a funny thing, distinctly different. Like all these three platforms, just distinctly different from each of them, from each other, and like behavior and post and things like that are seem to be distinctly different. I think I want to say that TikTok feels more like a conversation. Like, yes, it is posting and it's a lot of entertainment. There's definitely, it leans heavy towards the, what's it called? Trends, right? Especially like, those dancing trends and whatever other trends that happen, right? Like TikTok is all about those trends for sure. It's also a place where people rant and have conversations with other people that rant, right? I don't really see that anywhere else as much, or at least than I see it on TikTok. Like the doing I can't remember what they're called, like the duets, and then responding to rants, or doing collaborative duets like with a group of other people, and you just hop on and do your own, right? Like there's lots of and I say conversation, but there's lots of interaction that way, right? Like I don't see that as much on Instagram and Facebook, but yeah, on TikTok, users definitely interact with each other's posts, in terms of reposting and responding and duets. I think it's what it's called, duets, right? Right. So like that's a cool aspect, and I haven't really kind of leveraged my post in that way. I don't necessarily want to yeah, do a trend just to get views, right? And then like I don't want to do a trend and then it go viral and then people see the rest of my stuff, and then they're like, it has nothing to do with that trend, right? Right. So I definitely, for me, I want, in all my channels, I want my content as much as possible to be congruent. But like these particular characteristics is just something I've noticed. The few things I've noticed about TikTok, right? Very very much on trends, whether it's dancing, whether it's like, I don't know, yeah, like lip syncing, dialogue, pretend acting to existing dialogue tracks. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like some people are good at, but I don't necessarily understand it. Maybe I'm old, but I don't get it. And then of course the ranting, which is always fun. When you see people rant on there, like some people lose their minds, and some people answer back. Some people yeah, answer back to the rants, and reply, which is funny. So a lot of that, right? A lot of it's like, yeah, it's almost like, yeah, no, I was gonna say it's almost like video Twitter, but it's not really. Not really. It's definitely its own thing. It's definitely its own thing, but a lot of that. Okay, so anyways, that's what I've learned about Uh, and of course, yeah, like as far as your own content, you can do what content you want, right? Like there's always an audience for whatever you're putting out there, as long as you're consistent, right? As long as, again, you develop a voice. And I've talked about this in the past: is if you're posting consistently, you're going to develop a voice. You're going to develop, a character, not really a character, but you're going to develop your groove, and that ultimately is what will draw the audience, right? So yeah, that's something to think about. Um, Definitely. Well, I've also noticed. Okay, so outside of like content on TikTok, I've also noticed for me personally is it's the most consistent as far as like viewership. Right, there's a steady viewership that I'm getting, and it's slow, but it's building. Right, it's slow and it's building, but it's very very steady. Whereas we'll move on to Instagram. I still can't figure it out. Okay, so with Instagram, I've definitely figured out that it doesn't like TikTok videos, right? Like my TikTok videos that I share on Instagram, um, definitely if they originate from TikTok, they definitely get way lower views. But if they originate on Facebook, especially if they have subtitles, I don't know what it is about subtitles, but especially if they have subtitles, they'll get a lot of views. Now, it is not necessarily 100% consistent though. I think yeah, I think with Instagram, it wants you to do variety, right? Like right now, I've been posting only reels because reels, like it's just the focus, and that's what's getting most attention across the board, right? However, I think Instagram wants to have more variety, right? It's still it's a primarily it started as a photo app, right? So continue to still post photos, right? I think that's one thing that I've kind of neglected on Instagram, and might also be a contributing factor to why my numbers on Instagram are up and down, right? Yes, I will continue to do reels and see where that goes, but like today, I posted well, yesterday's post had the originated from Facebook and had the pretty subtitles and everything. And I did the same today, and well, no, I two of my videos, two of my reels yesterday had great numbers. It had over 1,000 view each, and then the last one, which is same production. Like I again originated from Facebook and then went to with the subtitles and then went to Instagram. Yeah, it got much less views. So like, yeah, I don't know. Like I haven't really even started considering the timing of all of this, right? I know there's other coaches and online marketers that will tell you you got to post this specific time of day and what's the optimizing this time of day, this time of day, this time of day. I just yeah, I don't have that structure. I can't, like, not with my life here on the mountain where I have to be on the mountain, on clear days I have to be on the mountain for a good portion of that afternoon, and so a lot of my posting happens at night. Anyways, I don't know. Like Instagram, yeah, I can't really figure out. I figured out a few things. It doesn't like TikTok for sure. It likes Facebook originating videos with the subtitles for sure. But well, you should have prefaced this before I even started this video. Take all of this with a grain of salt, because like algorithms change at the drop of a dime. Drop a dime? Drop of a hat? I don't know. I don't know what the saying is, but this is just what I'm observing currently as of this recording. Um, yeah, Instagram is just up and down. Like there's no rhyme or reason. So my theory is that, yeah, I think it likes the variety of posts, not just reels, but like post photos as well, right? Post photos as well, because I mean, again, that's what it started as, right? That's what it started as. So I'm gonna try to find a balance for that, um, moving forward in the future. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, again, it's just another test run, right? Like all of this is me testing and learning as I go. Facebook, okay, I can't even make a sense of Facebook either. And Facebook, I get the most engagement. Like I've been on it the longest. I've been on Facebook since 2008. I have the biggest following out of those three apps. Facebook is my biggest following, so I tend to get the most engagement on Facebook, and it's pretty consistent. Um, So yeah, I mean, you just develop again. I think with Facebook, you can just put anything out there because, like, sometimes I don't do this often, but I'll scroll through and check out what's going on as far as their reels on Facebook, and it's yeah, like the shit that's on Facebook, guys. So, sorry to curse, but the crap that's on Facebook, like, yeah, yeah, it makes no sense to me. Like, there's no algorithm. I don't know, maybe because I don't look at reels enough on Facebook for them to know what I like and the things that interest me. But there's just junk. Okay, so this is a bad analogy, and I don't mean to make fun, but like it's kind of like the Walmart of the three apps. So like anything and everything goes, and it's at a deep discount, right? Right. So yeah, I think on Facebook you can definitely develop a following and develop your own voice on there as well. But just understand like that's a massive, massive audience, and so I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, and I guess with all three of these, like don't try. At least for me, I'm trying not to. My focus isn't to stand out, right? Right. My focus is to be myself and to be authentic and to be genuine, and that's what ultimately will stand out to some people, right? To some people, same thing on here, right? Like I have definitely my own style of doing things, and I'm not trying too hard to be what I think, like my image of what YouTubers are, right? Like, because YouTubers are whatever. Like, I'm not gonna like be that strict with myself because I don't want to limit and pigeonhole, my efforts here. I'm just gonna be me, and if people like it, people like it. If they don't, they don't. Right? We'll just see if the strategy works at the end of 1 year, right? At the end of 1 year. So Facebook, yeah, it's just anything goes on Facebook. Um, it's just such a funny beast. It's such a funny thing. It really is like all. I guess because it's been around the longest. It's just kind of, yeah, yeah. Anything and everything you'll find on there. So you just got to be willing to put yourself out. I mean, for all of these, it's being brave enough to put yourself out there. Be have the discipline enough to be consistent in doing it, right? To be consistent in doing it, and ultimately you will find a voice, and people will find that voice and start following you, right? You will find a voice, and that voice will find an audience. That's what I meant to say. And that those are the keys. Now with Facebook, also Facebook does really like lives. So I haven't really done lives, which I may. Oh man, I know. I just thought about it. Like, it's not another thing. But I think if you guys want to do a live every day on Facebook and run that, that might be a good thing to do, because it does like when people go live. You just yeah, and one of the things that I encourage you guys outside of those three platforms and everything that I've talked about today, get used to being on video, right? If you want to market, if you want to build your business online, no matter what kind of business it is, you got to get used to being on video. You got to get used to putting yourself out there, because if you're not, then you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. People will not respond no matter how good your marketing is. They won't respond until they know and like you, right? Right? Like, we're not big name companies like Apple or Coca-Cola or Nike, and we can't operate like that, right? People want to know the guy behind the camera, and the gal behind the individual behind the camera. And so if you're brave enough, and that's the thing too, like if it takes a certain amount of courage to be that vulnerable and to be authentic on camera, and to put yourself out there, because that's risk. And so ultimately, eventually people will like it, right? People want to rally behind you because they want to see that's real. Like it's your authenticity is what they're going to connect with, right? The real you, not some manicured and over scripted version of you. um Not some over practiced, like well written, well shot, well angled, well lit well sounded video, right? Like the more scripted and fake you sound and look, the less people are really gonna start paying attention to you. I think the more real you are, and the more authentic you are, that's what will draw people. And again, yeah, it all boils down to you being willing to put yourself out there. So get used to being on video. Get used to being on video. And one thing that might help, is going live on Facebook. I have a friend in the Philippines. She's part of my team. Joined my organization way down in my organization in depth. She joined like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and amazing story. Single mom. I think in her 50s. I wouldn't necessarily say she's tech savvy, but she was willing to be vulnerable. Well, just put herself out there and do a live every day, no matter how uncomfortable she was. And she's done a live every day thus far, and she's growing her business, right? Like a single 50s. Well, I actually don't know how old she is. Um, but a single mom in the Philippines decided to do lives, and it's helping her not only build her business, but it's helping her grow her confidence, and she's being much more real and authentic on those lives. She's getting into a groove. She's finding her voice, and she that for that reason she's able to leverage that particular platform, to build her business, guys. Right? So like if she can do it, anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm used to doing this, right? Like I've been doing this stuff for years, and that's why I can just hammer out, knock out like 2 3 videos in one go. Yeah. But when I first started, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. I used to have to write everything out, script everything, practice it, and then execute. And it would usually take like 10 takes or whatever, right? Like right now, I'm speaking off the cuff, and I'm going almost, it's going to be 20 minutes by the time I finish this video. Anyways, yeah. So those are my observations about Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok thus far. Three completely different animals, but if from a fundamental point of view, if you employ, if you employ consistency, posting often enough to find a voice, and allow that voice to be authentic and the real you, I think those particular fundamentals will work whatever platform you're on, and whatever strategy you decide to use, even on YouTube. So that's it for today. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully that was helpful. That to me, I mean, okay, so here's just another thing for me. Explaining this stuff on video to you guys really actually helps me solidify these concepts as well, right? Like sharing this stuff with you allows me to kind of process this information even better. So yeah, if nothing else, this is helping me if it's not helping you. Anyways, yeah, tune in tomorrow, guys. Another fresh new video from me. Lots more to come. Yeah. I mean, it's a video every day, so you're stuck with me whether you like it or not. But I wager to say if you're watching, you like it. You like it. So like this video. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you're gonna get a video every day for the next, well, I don't know. I'm more than 40 days in, so yeah, it's less than a year. So, but still, a fresh video every day. Yeah, subscribe, hit the bell. New video releases 11 a.m. Generally speaking, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that happens to be, wherever you are in the world. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Be well, be safe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.